Welcome back. It is yours truly, Nick of Movie AV Impulse. And today you are going to get a kick out of this video because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Growing up, my father was extremely strict. And I mean, if a movie had more than 2 drops of blood, I wasn't allowed to watch it. But I did have a mom who really didn't care about what I watched. And because my dad's movie collection was so big, all I used to do when I used to grab a VHS is I would tip it a little bit on the shelf, slide the movie out, put the movie in, watch the movie, put the movie back, and then slide it right back up so that he wouldn't even notice I touched it, because he had a very, very specific order in how he kept his movies, and I had to make sure that I didn't mess that up. So today, for my top 5, we are going to get into my 80s action / tough guy movies that I wasn't allowed to watch because they were either too violent, too many machine guns going off or gunplay, and way too many, swear words or nudity, and I just wasn't allowed to watch them. My next review for Sunday is going to be a 4K rant. Yes, another rant, but this movie is well deserved of a 4K release because of all the stars that are in it, and it is a phenomenal movie. And I'm going to give you a little clue. That movie that I'm going to do on Sunday is somewhere in the background that you can see, or it may even be on me. So let's get into that intro. And coming in at number 5,
Roadhouse.
I absolutely loved this movie. When I did see it, I was very, very into Patrick Swayze. Dirty Dancing was probably like my favorite movie from him back then, before I discovered his other movies. I even enjoyed Ghost. I was allowed to watch that, but my grandmother watched Dirty Dancing like you would not believe. So the very first time that I seen Roadhouse, I absolutely fell in love with it. I used to watch it all the time when my father went to work, so it was a great thing.
When your pops went to work, you used to do that? You know he'd have whooped your ass, right?
Yeah, I know he would have, but don't even worry about it. I'm not even tripping over that.
Man, I'm just saying, you're lucky you ain't younger, because he'd have whooped your ass.
Yeah, I know. He would have whooped my ass. That's great, but I'm going to get back into this. Go somewhere else. Thanks. Sorry about that. And coming in at number 4, The Terminator.
I'll be back.
I mean, this movie, I got to give a shout out to my boy Renardo. I will leave his link down below to his page, his channel. Go check him out. He's a fantastic dude. Speaking of that, I'm going to have an unboxing Friday night, a little special for you guys. We did a movie trade on a couple of things, and he sent me way more than I asked for, and I am so appreciative of it. That I did an unboxing on it, and I've never done something like that before, but I mean, that's my homeboy right there, man. I appreciate everything. But The Terminator, it was just such a crazy, crazy movie to me. The whole traveling back in time, or traveling into the future, like this. These are the type of movies that I loved growing up. Dude, Arnold Schwarzenegger, this ain't the first time you're going to see him on this list, because coming in at number 3, that's going to be The Predator. I can't even begin to explain how crazy this movie was to me. I mean, at the age of 9, sitting there watching this on this big TV that had wheels on it, and seeing for the first time when the Predator revealed himself and what he was, that was just so insane to me. I don't know how any kid or any adult from that era does not love Predator, because the very first time he revealed himself, it was just such an amazing boom. It was just crazy. Coming in at number 2, now growing up, I loved Jean-Claude Van Damme, so I have to pick Bloodsport.
Okay, USA. Okay, USA.
I absolutely love Bloodsport, and I can see why my dad didn't want me to watch this movie. You know, I understand, I get it, but it just had a little bit of blood and a little bit of nudity. Pops, you could have let me watch this one at least, man. Come on. I first saw it at a friend's house, and I always went to his house to go see it when I wanted to watch it, because like I said, my pops was just super strict. Before I get into that number one, I have an honorable mention because this is another tough guy growing up. I mean, I'm talking Over the Top. That was a fantastic movie by Stallone, but First Blood also was an awesome one. And those are my two honorable mentions. It was just two of those movies I could not see. I don't know why I couldn't see Over the Top. There wasn't much like violence going. I mean, he's a truck driver and he arm wrestled for like a living. So I never understood why I couldn't see that one. I think my dad was just being a little too strict on that one. Coming in at my number one, I had the toys before I actually seen this movie. But that number one is RoboCop. I mean, no matter what in life, you are
better than Peter Weller from the opening scene of RoboCop.
Everybody's doing better than Peter Weller when it came to that movie, because I think that RoboCop was fantastically done. Growing up watching that, I used to really think that that was like real, because you know, these movies when you're a kid, they seem like they're real. Like, I mean, Roadhouse, obviously my number 5, that's something that can be real. There can be a bouncer that probably goes into bars and straightens shit out. And as far as like the plot of the movie, you know, like taking over this, you know, trying to end this, you know, drug dealers gamble on the whole town, that's probably not true. But like a guy going and straightening out bars and then, you know, making sure that they're safe to, you know, go partying and then going back home, I don't see how that's not realistic. Terminator, definitely not. But like RoboCop was just one of those movies I really thought could really come to life, and it is just fantastic. Peter Weller did a phenomenal job, and I even like the remake of RoboCop, the, I believe, 2013, 14, one of those. I can't remember the exact date, but it wasn't the greatest. And the only thing was I didn't really like how they made RoboCop look. So, you know, like when you see him there, like at least, you know, Murphy had like more body to him than just a head, like a half an arm and a damn like lung or whatever the hell that was. But, you know, I did rather enjoy the remake. I just wish that it would have kind of took the direction of regular RoboCop and he would have been shot down, spoiler, rather than blown up. Because I feel like if you get blown up, surviving that is just a little hard. But then again, the way that they shot him in the RoboCop movie, you know, I'm kind of really not making any sense right now. But if you are a fan of the 80s, especially sci-fi, I have the perfect documentary for you. I am not sponsored by this company by any means. I am a very small channel, but this documentary is so wonderful that I have to say, and if I can find the links, I will put a link down below. But In Search of Tomorrow, the 80s sci-fi documentary, is just absolutely phenomenal. I ordered this way back when. It was a pre-order. The particular copy that I have has a, you know, it's a cardboard slipcover, but it is wonderful. It gives you all the details. And if I can find a link for it, I will put it down below. But I mean, this set is just absolutely gorgeous. It is 4.5 hours, but let me tell you that 4.5 hours flies. And I'm actually in the credits at the end. My name is in there, which is really cool because I did pre-order it and I got like this $90 package, but like it even has reversible artwork. This documentary absolutely blew me away. And like I said, I didn't even know I was, you know, doing a 4.5 hour documentary. I didn't even know I was watching something that long, and it is just phenomenal. And it is done by Creator VC. They also have other movies on their sites as well. I know they got the In Search of, I believe it's Darkness. That is another phenomenal documentary, but I wanted to talk about the 80s sci-fi one because I did an 80s tough guy / action movies I wasn't allowed to watch. So I just wanted to mention this because it is a phenomenal documentary, and like I said, if I can, I will leave a link down below, and hopefully that link will get out to you guys. You need to pick this up. This has every sci-fi movie you can think of from the 80s, and the people they have in here. Peter Weller is in here. It is just absolutely mind-blowing, and whoever edited this, I would have to find out, and I mean, they had to take some time. So I'm so happy that I bought this. This is one of the greatest purchases as far as a physical media collector is concerned that I've ever made. I absolutely love this, and I grew up in this era, and I love it. So anyways, thank you once again. Hit that like button. And if you like what you've seen, I will see you on Sunday, because you're not going to want to miss that 4K rant, because I just like doing them. I'm just doing what I love to do. Anyways, see you on the flip side.